Hey, welcome back to the Cowboy Bebop Show, everybody. Originally, I was going to shoot the video outdoors, but guess what? It's too cold. But I'll start the video out here. All right. First and foremost, if it's your first time here, welcome. All right. You are definitely at a cool community right here at the Cowboy Bebop Show. All right. Check out the comments. I got some really cool people that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing any of this. And second, all right, don't forget to subscribe. All right. And I am doing a contest right now, so I'll try to leave the link. All right, I'll do reminders up until the contest. It's a pretty cool contest, so get involved. All right, it's a lot of fun. A lot of these videos are bringing back memories. So anyway, today's topic: Jim Bowie and the sandbar fight and the Alamo. What I have in there on display is, I guess you want to call it, my Jim Bowie knives, all right, that are related to him and the Alamo and the sandbar. Okay, there's so much information that we don't know about. We don't know what the original knife that he carried was. We don't know what knife he had, used at the sandbar. We don't know what knife he had, at the Alamo. We just don't. A lot of historians have tried to narrow it down. So I think with the few in there, I think they narrowed it down as best they possibly could. Okay? So we're going to go in there. I do have two special shout outs I'd like to do. One is to the Chainsaw Shack. Thank you very much. All right, I'm so glad you sent me that video, and it's an amazing clip, which led to basically a series. I've known about the show, The Adventures of Jim Bowie. I've known about that for decades, but I didn't know it was available on YouTube. So guys, check out The Adventures of Jim Bowie. All right, I believe they have the whole first season, and I think the first one is my favorite. They call it The Birth of the Bowie Knife. You notice I keep saying Bowie, right? Jim Bowie, Jim Bowie, Jim Bowie. So you'll see what I mean. All right, and my second big heartfelt shout out goes to Jed Hornbeak. Jed, we miss you, man. We miss you so much, especially this guy. And I was thinking of you a lot the other day because I'm going to show you the clip. All right, it's not done professional. It's just, my clip off of the TV. But there's a scene when Mr. Black hands Jim Bowie his first Bowie knife. The reaction on Jim Bowie is priceless. It's the same reaction I had when you sent me the MK8. Out of the blue, you totally surprised me. Jed made this with his own hands. Probably the most beautiful knife in my collection. This means so much to me. It truly does. This is one of those knives that is going to be forever in the Cowboy Bebop household, and it will be passed down from generations to generations. He even had stamped in there. He made the sheath too. It says Cowboy Bebop. I don't know if you guys could see that from there. But although this knife has nothing to do with my Jim Bowie Alamo, montage, it does, all right? And it was just that overall sensation when I first opened this and held this in my hands. Even my brother traveled 6 hours just to come knock on my door to say, not hello, not how are you, but show me the Hornbeak knife. So anyway, all right, let's get inside, and we'll pick it up from there. Again, I'm going to start you out with a few clips, and then we'll get into some of the knives I have. All right? See you on the flip side.
Jim Bowie, he was a bold, adventurous man. Jim Bowie, battled for right with a powerful hand. His blade was tempered and so was he. Indestructible steel was he. Jim Bowie, he was a fighter, a fearless and mighty adventurous man. He roamed the wilderness unafraid, from Natchez to Rio Grande. With all the might of his gleaming blade, he fought for the rights of man. Jim Bowie, he was a fighter, a fearless and mighty adventurous man.
Fine. I never seen a piece of steel as fine as this in my whole life.
There's a lot of gratitude in that blade, Jim. Come on outside. I want you to throw it. Yeah. That tree right there is about 30 feet. Go ahead and throw it.
It's such a beautiful thing. I hate to risk it.
Oh, it won't break.
You sure?
I'm sure. Go ahead.
All right.
Here you are, Jim.
Put a strip of brass along the back.
Yes, the brass is softer than steel. Got your opponent's knife, and his blade won't slip off so easily.
My opponent? Miss Black, I didn't want this knife to fighting men.
Jim, there are men in this world who are more savage than beasts. Use this wisely, and may it always protect you.
Thank you.
I made this for it, Jake.
Well, thank you, Miss Black.
Thank you both very much. Take care of yourself, Jim.
I will.
Goodbye. Give my regards to your mother.
And there he goes. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that little clip of the adventures of Jim Bowie. Jim Bowie, Jim Bowie, Jim Bowie. All right, check it out. Here's a portrait, a well-known portrait of the world-famous Jim Bowie. You see there, looks like he's holding a sword. Now, I don't know how official this is, but it's the most common photo, picture, artist interpretation known. Like, I don't know about you, but I was picturing like Jason Patrick or Richard Widmark. Anyway, hey, but here's a fun fact. All right, check this out in regards to the Alamo. Did you know that Six Flags Great Adventure was actually named after the Six Flags that flew over Texas? Namely Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic of Texas, the United States, and the Confederacy. I had no idea that Six Flags Great Adventure was named aptly after that. See what happens when you read a little? So anyway, let's get to these blades here. All right, Jim Bowie, born 1796 in Logan County, Kentucky. And you know who else is from Kentucky? Gil Hibben. First of all, do you see this first knife I have? This is my reproduction of the Alamo by Master Cutlery. I wish I had the original. Apparently they made like 200 after the 1952 movie was released. So there are 200 people out there that have this bad boy. So this is as close as I could get. Another fun fact, the knife that was used in the movie The Iron Mistress was used in a total of 4 productions featuring the character, Jim Bowie. So that's kind of neat, isn't it? So there's my Iron Mistress copy. And here's my Hibben. Look at that, the Bloodwood. Check out that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. That reflection. Oh. And this thing is wicked, wicked. It's thick, it's beefy. And then later on, Gil made one for the Expendables that Dolph Lundgren had carried. I guess this is Gil Hibben's, I want to say Musso / Alamo. I know Gil made another Alamo, like Iron Mistress. I don't know if they were ever for sale, though. I think he just custom made for somebody. And boy, I would love to get my hands on that. Oh. Here is something called the Texas Bowie knife. I showed you in a couple of videos ago. With that white bone handle. Could use a little polishing. It was caked with oil when I received. And after, say, the event at the Alamo, which was March 1836, I believe, Sheffield, England was producing Bowie knives out the wazoo. So this is the coffin handle, windlass Bowie knife. Doesn't have the brass spine on it. Instead, they put these little notches in it, to catch the opponent's, knife, if in fact in a knife fight. Jim Bowie, he knew that, the guns back then tend to misfire, and then you were kind of screwed. That's why he had, the Bowie knife created, and I believe his brother Resin was the first one to actually make him one. But it's so questionable. Apparently his brothers really cashed in, on his legacy. They skyrocketed with knife sales. A lot of people still do that, these days. When somebody dies, they definitely cash in on, the poor guy's legacy. Excuse me, Jim. And here's one of my favorites. The Cold Steel Natchez. Now this was named after the sandbar fight, which involved Jim Bowie and Major Norris Wright. This knife is so phenomenal. It truly is. Probably one of the finest things Cold Steel ever made. I'm still a Trailmaster fan. I think that is my favorite. Just for personal reasons, I guess. But I got history with this Natchez too. I had sold it a long time ago and got it back a couple months ago. I about cried when that arrived at my door. Anyway, yeah, the Alamo, didn't end well for people like Jim Bowie and Colonel Travis and Davy Crockett. But we don't really know. Apparently Jim was sick, so we don't even know if he actually even put up a fight, you know. You want to believe he did. Apparently he got off a couple shots before they, you know, came in and got him, but, you know, his legacy, because of, you know, this particular knife, has been going on, you know, almost 200 years. You know, there's not too many people, you know, nowadays, all these popular, you know, artists, celebrities. I don't think that their legacy is going to be around for one particular item, you know, 200 years from now. Matter of fact, 200 years from now, the Bowie knife is still going to be as popular as ever. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to share my little, you know, Bowie, Alamo, sandbar, you know. Oh, and speaking of that fight, the sandbar fight, Jim Bowie did get stabbed with a sword cane by that Norse, right. And he was shot. And he never gave up. He was relentless. He still got him, you know. And apparently there was like no convictions or any kind of like, you know, trials or nothing. I don't know whatever happened. But it was a very documented, notorious fight. How many knife fights was Jim Bowie in? For all I know, one, you know. That's documented. So, hey, anybody out there with more Jim Bowie knowledge, talk to me. Leave it in the comments. I love talking Bowie. All right. Hey, everybody, don't forget about the contest. So I hope you enjoyed this little, you know, little sideshow stand. And again, Jed Hornbeak, thank you so much. I'm always thinking of you, my brother. Hearing our thoughts and prayers constantly. All right. Hope to see you soon. All right. Love you, brother. And I will see you guys later.